Welcome back to a very special review, or I should say reviews. Yes, this is going to be a collection of movies that came out recently, maybe January or maybe January all the way to last week, on Valentine's Day weekend. But I felt like these movies are being pushed away by the other major movies, and these movies don't get a lot of haven't got not a lot of critics are talking about it, not a lot of people are talking about it. So I decided I'll be the first person to talk about all these movies. So Max, what are these movies that you're talking about? So I saw the Sonata, The Last Full Measure, Inherit the Viper, and The Photograph. This is not going to be an in-depth review of each one of them. If you want me to review, make a video of any one of these movies, then let me know in the comment section below. But I'm going to keep my thoughts and my reviews very short, very brief. I'm going to go straight to the point, talk about all the pros and the cons, and then move on quickly to the next movie. So let's start off with the Sonata. It's pretty bad. It stars, I haven't watched the show, but I do know the character. It stars the actress who played Wendy Darling from the TV show from the ABC TV show Once Upon a Time. I have seen the first season of Once Upon a Time. Well, only the first couple episodes of season 1 of Once Upon a Time, but I haven't gotten to the point where we get introduced to her character Wendy. But the only good thing about the Sonata is the music. I love the music. I love the classical music, the piano, the violin. I love to close my eyes and relax and listen to some classical music or jazz. Other than that, this movie really doesn't offer much. I didn't really care about any characters. This movie it felt more plot driven than a character driven, because like I said, there's no character development. I didn't care about any characters, not even the main actress named Rose in the movie. But like I said, don't care about anyone, but it's a plot-driven movie. It feels like it. Plus, a huge problem I have with this movie is that, like I said, it's plot-driven. Like, characters are just sitting down, sipping tea or drinking something, and talking about, reading books and doing research of who this composer is and what this sonata is, the sinister, something going on, something sinister going on, under it. But that's pretty much it. I'm gonna give the Sonata a D. We have The Last Full Measure, which stars a lot of great actors, but two of them I only know the names, and of course the starring role is Sebastian Stan, and Samuel L. Jackson plays an older version of one of the soldiers during the war. I don't know I'm pretty sure this is the Vietnam War. This movie takes place during the Vietnam War. But also, this movie is based on actual events. I haven't done my research on it. I just watched this movie, that's it. All I know is that this movie is based on actual events that happened in real life. I gotta give it to the performances. Sebastian Stan really carries this movie. He's really great. Samuel L. Jackson is, of course, these guys, these actors are great. They're legendary, of course. I mean, we really shouldn't be talking about the acting because, obviously it's gonna be great, and of course it is great. I especially love the acting performances given by the older versions of these young soldiers who participated in the war. My only real issue with this movie is that it can be very repetitive some, just not Samuel Jackson, excuse me, Sebastian Stan, interviewing, each of these soldiers and talking about what happened and what happened during the war, their perspective on things. Another real issue I have with this movie is that this movie is almost 2 hours long, and it really could have been not a full 30 minutes, but maybe just a shave like a couple inches, a couple minutes out of the runtime, because there are scenes in this movie where, yeah, they're really great, emotionally, and dialogue, it's all great, but it really didn't help the main plot of the movie. Give the last full measure a B+. And now we are dipping down into the bad levels. So moving on to Inherit the Viper. I don't know anything about this movie. I haven't seen any trailers. I just looked up. This is what I seriously, honestly, literally do. This is what I actually did. I typed in on Wikipedia all of the American 2020 movies that came out, and Inherit the Viper was one of them, and I know nothing about this movie. I don't know why, but I don't know why my brain thought Joel Kinnaman was in this movie. I thought he was in this movie, but no, it's no, it's not. I thought this movie, looking at the poster, I thought this movie was, a quick, brief look at the poster of this movie. I thought Inherit the Viper, this movie was like this spy, assassin thriller movie. But no, it deals with drugs. And also, I hate everyone in this movie. I guess the main character, Josh Harnack, I know it starts with the letter H. I know it starts with the letter H. But anyway, I guess Josh, he really is. He gave a fine performance. When it comes to acting performance, he was fine in the movie. But everyone else, I just really didn't care about. I didn't care about any of these characters emotionally. I didn't connect to them, whatever. I didn't really know what the plot was until I found out it was, like I said, about drugs. And this, the main character, just named Kip or something like that. I didn't really. He yells at his little brother named Boots, which is a weird name. But I'm thinking about what I should give this movie. Should I give it? Whatever. I'm gonna give this movie an F. It was terrible. I hated everyone and everything. Yeah, sure, the actor Josh Harnack, whatever his last name is, he gave a fine performance, but that didn't really help his character, because I did not like his character. I didn't like any of the acting in this movie. The acting was good, but, it didn't really, there was no development. Like I said, I didn't connect to them emotionally, whatever. And I just wanted the movie to end. And last but not least, The Photograph. This movie came out, I believe, last week, Valentine's Day weekend. I didn't see it in theaters. I saw Sonic the Hedgehog, which everyone else saw. But The Photograph is a really nice movie. I like this movie. I like this movie a lot. The humor, the humor is innocent. It's funny. I love, the dynamic, the relationship of each of these characters, and the performances were really good. If I really have to point out a flaw, maybe the drama, but it's not. But the drama, the relationship problems and the issues, conflicts that are being dealt in this movie, I didn't feel like it was a flaw, more like a nitpick. But I guess if you want, you can add that to the list. But not much else. I'm gonna give The Photograph a B. Oh, and that is all the movies that I've seen during the past couple days. That was a lot. That was a lot of movies. Some of them the Sonata, The Last Full Measure, The Last Full Measure, Inherit the Viper, I'm forgetting these names, Inherit the Viper, and The Photograph. So please watch. So if you want to watch any of these movies, I would recommend or suggest The Photograph or The Last Full Measure. Do not watch The Sonata. Do not watch Inherit the Vipers. Those movies suck. They are terrible. But anyway, thank you so much for spending the time and taking the time to listen to my collection reviews. I'll be working on my review for X-Men pretty soon, and I will be getting up my review for I think the first movie is Casino Royale. So look forward to those reviews coming soon. Thank you so much. Like I said, like, comment, subscribe, share this video if you want to, and I will see you, all of you, at my next review.